Hi everybody and welcome to Commander Critic. So before I get into today's topic, I just want to correct a bit of misinformation from my previous video about the battles. I had stated that when you destroy the battle, it flips over and you get it back under your control. What I really meant was if you destroy it by doing combat damage to it, defeating it. There are a lot of cards that can just destroy target permanents, and I wanted to make sure you knew that that would not work to get it back under your control. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to talk about some cards that was suggested by one of my viewers, San Miguel. If there's any cards you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a video about it, and I will also give you a shout out. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, and you'll be notified when I post new content. So, I was asked to talk about the 2024 Year of the Dragon promo cards. And I figured this is a great time to do it because Tarkir is going to be coming out, and Dragons has always been a really good typo. I've had a couple of different Dragon decks in the past. I ran a Tiamat deck, and I also ran a Miram Sentinel Worm deck. Since then, I've taken them apart to use their pieces in other decks, but I had a lot of fun with both of those decks, and Dragons is always going to be a strong typo, like I said, and with Tarkir coming out, there's just going to be more fuel for those kinds of decks. So I'm really excited. First card I wanted to talk about is a 1/3 Goblin, which makes all your dragon creatures one less colorless to cast. So anything like that that reduces the cost of your creature spells is always good to put in your deck, especially if it's a typo deck. Second one I want to talk about is Korvold, the Fey Cursed King. When it enters and attacks, you have to sack a permanent, but it gets a +1/+1 counter, and you get to draw a card. So in Jund colors, you have plenty of token generators that can generate cheap token creatures. And if you run cards like Dictate of Erebos, you will sack your, say, zombie, and then each opponent will have to also sack a creature based on the enchantment's ability. So you're going to get a lot of value with that. I really think this card's awesome, and I might actually build this around a nice commander deck. Next card I want to talk about is Sarkhan Unbroken. He's a Planeswalker in Temur colors. And he has a couple abilities. You can draw a card and add 1 mana to your mana pool. You can make a 4/4 Flying Dragon creature token. Or if you do happen to be able to do the ultimate, you can go through your library and take all your dragons out and put them right on the battlefield. So if you run Scourge of Valkis, you can put that out on the battlefield, and then every other dragon, when it enters, it'll do damage to either an opponent or a creature they control based on the amount of dragons. So it'll get exponentially more damage the more dragons you play. And I used to run that card in my Tiamat deck. And let me tell you, it won me a lot of fun games with that. Okay, the next card I want to talk about is Steel Hellkite. And so this is a artifact dragon creature. And when you can spend 2 colorless mana as many times as you can afford it to give it +1/+0 to end a turn. And if you do happen to do combat damage to a player, you can pay X and destroy all of their non-land permanents with X as their CMC. So for example, if you're playing against someone that gets a lot of treasure tokens or food tokens of the like, you can just attack if you do damage, spend 0 for X, and they have to destroy all of those tokens. And it can be devastating for them, and it can put you into a game-winning situation. And then the last card is Dragon Tempest. It is a 2-mana red enchantment that gives all your flying creatures haste, and then it does the same exact thing that Scourge of Valkis does. Whenever a dragon enters under your control, you deal damage to either target player or creature based on the amount of dragons you control. And if you have both out, they do stack. So if you run both in your deck, you get them out, you're definitely winning the game. Unless an opponent can deal with it right away, you're definitely going to win that game, and I think it's really cool. Like, all of these cards are great in any dragon typo deck. So, anyways, that's what I think about them. I'm sure you probably feel the same way, but let me know in the comments. And, like, again, if you want to suggest any cards to have me talk about, just like San Miguel, again, thank you very much for the suggestion. Let me know, and I'll make a video and talk about it, and I will mention you. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. And yeah, definitely keep commenting because I've been enjoying the discussions in my comment section. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time.